1956, I was assigned to the USS Leyte CV-32, and which was home port was Quonset Point, Rhode Island. So when I went up there, the ship was out at sea down in Gitmo doing some trials. And when I came back, I was just amazed at the size of this thing, how big it was and so forth. And when I went aboard, you were totally lost. It was so big. I mean, it was so large. You didn't know where to go, and so you had to be. You were instructed how to go down to to where you would sleep and so forth. So it took like a good month to learn your way around the ship. And I was assigned to what they called the ice machines. The ice machines was the refrigeration part of the ship. And eventually, I was my assignment was to take care of the scuttlebutts. Now, for people who don't know what a scuttlebutt is, that's a drinking water fountain. And I can tell you that I probably can't remember what I ate 2 days ago, but I can tell you this, that there were 52 of them on the ship. So I don't know why I can remember that number, but that's the number of them. And there were certain parts of that ship that you made sure that you took care of as far as they had cold water. Obviously, it was the officers' quarters, it was the galley, and other pertinent places where you would benefit by making sure that they had cold water. And the hardest part of being in the Navy was standing the watches, 4 on, 8 off, 4 on, 8 off. You worked long hours. I think that if we figured out what my pay was versus the hourly wage, it would be an embarrassment to the government to know what they were paying us by the hour. But I got married when I was in the service, and I never regretted. Well, I guess we all had. We couldn't wait to get out of the service. But to this day, the best thing that ever happened in my life, other than getting married, was being in the Navy. It taught me many things. We were in New York again, and I can't remember the date, and I had brought my mother aboard the ship. She went up in the #1 elevator, and that was an experience for her, and that was an experience for me. That was one of the very first things my mother said to me when I came home from boot camp leave was, "I can't believe how clean your clothes are." So I wore my whites. She said, and at that time, it wasn't, when I went to boot camp, there was no irons. You slept on your whites to press them. You put them on your mat. And when I took my mother and I think it was my wife at the time, it was a great pride. That's what it came out to be, great pride. And to this day, I will always thank a soldier, sailor, for his service. I'll go as far as I have on occasion. If a soldier comes in with his family into a restaurant and I'm in there, I will pick up the tab. But I won't let him know I was the one who bought it. I tell the manager I'll pay for it. I don't want him to know.
Well, sir, thank you.
Okay.